Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page. In this video, inshallah, we are going to explain the lesson 3 of written expression. Okay? This lesson is mainly talking about the topic sentence and the supporting sentences and some informations, some detailed informations about this topic. So it's very interesting if you want to improve your writing skills, right? So inshallah we will start by the topic sentence. Okay? جملة الموضوع in Arabic. A paragraph is a number of sentences written about the same topic. This is easy, right? A paragraph is a number of sentences, مجموعة جمل مكتوبة حول the same topic, نفس الموضوع. The main idea of the paragraph is usually given in the first sentence. الفكرة الأساسية of the paragraph is given in the first sentence, which is called the topic sentence. التي هي جملة الموضوع. In the topic sentence, they give you the main idea, okay? In this videos, inshallah, from now on, we will try, inshallah, to use English more, right? Because Arabic, I think you understand me, right? Without talking in Arabic that much, right? So inshallah, we will going to reduce our using of Arabic and use English more, right? The topic sentence introduces what the paragraph is talking about and limits the information that can be given in the other sentences. The topic sentence introduces تقدم what the paragraph is talking about. It is like an introduction to the paragraph, to the topic, right? And limits the information. It don't give you detailed information, right? Because the other sentences, they will give the informations, right? They are the ones who give you the informations. The other sentences add information to the topic, as we said, and are called supporting sentences. A topic sentence, جملة الموضوع, should talk about the topic. It gives us an introduction about the topic. Not about your intention, not about what you intend or are planning to write. For example, there are students, they write, I'm going to write about, or this paragraph is about, or let me tell you about. These are not proper topic sentences. هذه ليست صحيحة أو سليمة, right? They don't really introduce the topic. They introduce your intent and niyyah. If you write, for example, I'm going to write about, and then you complete, you are talking about your intention, right? You are not talking about the topic. You are not talking about the introduction to the topic. You are not introduce us to the topic. Here, for example, there are some examples to the beginning of the topic sentences. My day was wonderful. A giant mess, a big problem, a lot of fun. Today was easier than usual. Terrific, a lot of hard work. And then the supporting sentences, they will give you the details, right? The supporting sentences, all the supporting sentences should be about the topic only. The sentences that follow the topic sentence, they come after the topic sentence, right? If the sentences talk only about something other than the topic sentence, it is irrelevant. Irrelevant means خاطئة, right? In دارجة, right? غير مرتبطة بالموضوع and should be deleted. The supporting sentences provide more detail. We said this. It provides more detail about the topic by using examples. Sometimes they use examples. Sometimes they use facts, right? Supporting sentences, they may begin with a general statement and be followed by more specific information. Sometimes they begin with a general statement. We will give examples, right? And there are the transition words. What are the transition words? They are used to transitions. Transition is al-intiqal, right? They are used to introduce the more specific information. Transition words help guide the reader through the passage. They will guide you. They will guide you. They are used to transition between ideas, right? They let the reader know in what direction the flow or ideas is going. After you reading them, you know the direction. اتجاه الأفكار. تدفق الأفكار. The flow of ideas, right? Transition is الانتقال. They are used to, make transition between ideas. Common transition words include, for example, such as, for example, and like. So they said here that sometimes the supporting sentences, they begin with a general statement and then the details, right? General information. For example, here the general statement, right? There are several ancient places that are major tourist attractions which draw thousands of people annually, right? This is a general information. هناك بعض الأماكن القديمة، أماكن قديمة مختلفة أثرية that are major tourist attractions، التي هي تعتبر وجهات سياحية ضخمة وكبيرة ومهمة which draw thousands of people annually، التي تجذب الآلاف من الأشخاص سنويا, right? This is a general information. And then the specific information. One example, they gave us here an example for the, tourist attractions is Gyeongbok Palace, which was founded by the Yi dynasty. And there are the irrelevant supporting sentences. For example, this sentence is irrelevant. The traffic jams in the city are terrible. Why are talking about the traffic jams in the city? We are talking here about the ancient palaces and the tourist attractions, right? For example, here there are many museums and art galleries to see. This is relevant because we are talking about tourist attractions, right? And then we have so and because in supporting sentences, using so and because in supporting sentences. Maybe we studied this in the first semester, right? We talked about that the because and so help us write cause and effect. السبب والنتيجة. Because is used to give a cause or reason. Because تعطينا السبب وso تعطينا النتيجة, right? It is used to give a result. Both because and so can join two sentences. يجمعون جملتين مع بعضهما البعض. Here we have two sentences. We joined the sentences by using because and by using because, yes. Because here, it's used in the first, and here it's in the middle of the sentence. But be careful. Notice that if the reason because comes first, you must use a comma after it. You must use a comma here if because comes first. Here we have the comma after tomorrow, right? But if we use it in the middle of the sentence, you don't have to use a comma. And also there is so. Notice that you must use a comma always before so. So they are used here to give us, because it gives us, as we said, the reason. And so it gives us the result. I have a big test tomorrow, so I want to study. As a result, I want to study. النتيجة هي أنني أريد الدراسة. Here is the result. And here is the reason. is the cause. I want to study. Why? Because I have a big test tomorrow. Using and but in supporting sentences. As your writing skills improve, you will want to use more complex sentences to keep your writing interesting. لجعل الكتابة تاعك الخاصة بك sorry I hate to use دارجة I prefer the فصحى more to keep your writing interesting. لجعل كتابتك مثيرة للاهتمام you should use complex sentences, and in complex sentences you have to use sometimes and but. We studied the complex sentences in the first semester, right? And or but can connect two sentences. They connect two sentences. When using and or but to connect two sentences, use a comma before and or but. You have to use a comma. Be careful. Before and but, you have to use a comma, right? And when you use and, it adds information to the first sentence. It adds information to the first sentence. For example, she is a very rich woman. هذه المرأة is very rich. غنية, right? Here we have detailed information, another information, and she has a large savings account. This is another information, right? Added to the first information here. And when you use but, it adds surprising or unexpected information to the first sentence. When you use but, it adds surprising or unexpected information to the first sentence. For example, her house is expensive. Her house is expensive. غالي الثمن. But it is very dirty inside. Very dirty inside is surprising or unexpected information. I got surprised when I read this information. The house is expensive, but it is very dirty inside. This is surprising. It should be clean, right? Because it's expensive, they should clean the house. They said, don't use a comma when you use two adjectives and join them with and or but. Don't use a comma when you use two adjectives. For example, here we have two adjectives. Is cute and playful. Smart but lazy. Don't use a comma. But here, when we don't have the adjectives, you have to use a comma after, before and but, right? Combining supporting sentences. Reading sentences that are always very short is uninspiring and can be very uninteresting to read. The sentences that are short is uninspiring and uninteresting. You don't have the enthusiasm to read those sentences. You feel like you are bored. The reader will soon give up and look for something more challenging to do. They will be bored, right? Short sentences which have the same subject can be joined together to make longer, more interesting ones. Look at the examples below. They said that, for example, if we have two sentences, short sentences, but they have the same subject, they can be joined together to become more interesting. For example, there are many cows in the pasture. They are grazing on the grass. Here we have the same subject, which is the cows, right? We are talking about the cows here. There and they are referring to cows. We can join them. For example, we can say there are many cows in the pasture grazing on the grass, or in the pasture, or we can say in the pasture grazing on the grass are many cows. Here we said there are many cows in the pasture, and we removed there are, and we said grazing on the grass. Or we can say in the pasture grazing on the grass are many cows, right? To become more interesting, the concluding sentence. Finally, we are going to explain the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence is the last sentence of the paragraph. It's the last one. The function of the concluding sentence is to signal the end of the paragraph. Is to signal or to refer to the end of the paragraph. If you read the concluding sentence, you will know that you are in the end. Concluding sentences can either be a restatement of the topic sentence. You can do a restatement. Restatement is إعادة صياغة للtopic sentence. You can use the topic sentence and try to change it a little bit, and then you have the concluding sentence. A summary, it's a summary ملخص of the supporting sentences, or contain a final comment تعليق أخير about the topic. The concluding sentence in a paragraph should be a general statement that relates to the idea expressed in the topic sentence. Should be a general statement. فكرة عامة، جملة تعبر عن فكرة عامة وتكون مرتبطة بالفكرة التي تم تقديمها في جملة الموضوع. And we said that you should just, for example, try to change the topic sentence a little bit, right? And not another fact or details of support. Don't use another fact or detail, because the fact and details are used in the supporting sentences, not in the concluding or in the topic sentence. If we're starting the topic sentence, it should be expressed in different words. You have to use different words. Try to change the topic sentence a little bit, right? Not an exact copy of the topic sentence, right? And here are examples for the concluding sentence. Many words or phrases can be used to signal the end of the paragraph in the concluding sentence. Here are just a few. These require a comma followed them. They said that there are words or phrases can be used to signal the end of the paragraph. For example, we can say finally, in conclusion, in summary, therefore, thus, as a result, indeed, in brief, in short. And you have to use comma followed them, right? You should use a comma after those words, and then you complete the conclusion sentence. Other phrases, you can use, these phrases, they don't require commas after them. For example, we can see that it is clear that these examples show that there can be no doubt, لا يوجد شك أن, the evidence suggests that الدليل يقترح أن, it is clear that هذه ترجمة حرفية فقط, من الواضح أن, يمكننا رؤية أن, and you complete your concluding sentence. So وصلنا إلى نهاية الفيديو. After the end of the video, inshallah, I'm going to provide you with the answers of those activities or the tasks here with this video. In the first comment, if you are following the Facebook page, or with the video in the YouTube channel, also maybe in the first comment, right? Or in the box in the YouTube video, right? So وصلنا إلى نهاية الفيديو. سبحانك الله وبحمدك، أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت، أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.